Amendments to the Evidence Act and the Dangerous Drugs Act were tabled in the Senate. The bills were piloted by a minister without portfolio in the National Security Ministry, Senator Matthew Samuda. Melvin Pennant is following that story.
The two bills are treated as companions and were debated side by side. Senator Samuda explained the rationale for the amendments.
The amendment to the Dangerous Drugs Act and the Evidence Act has arisen as a result of a concern expressed over significant time by the Jamaica Constabulary Force about the storage of evidence required for trial. The JCF expressed that there are issues regarding the duration of storage required, as well as their capacity to do the same.
The proposed amendments are concerned with the storage of narcotics following seizure by the security forces, and that is used as evidence.
The amendments proposed in the acts before us today are: one, to amend the Dangerous Drugs Act to provide for secure storage of drugs seized under the Act, allow for the drugs seized to be destroyed, and in any case where such drugs are required as evidence, for samples and images of the drugs to be taken before the drugs are indeed destroyed, and for those samples and images to be received in evidence have the same probative force as the drugs would have had if proved in the ordinary way currently. And two, to amend the Evidence Act to provide that in any case where a thing is seized as evidence, a sample or image of the thing may be taken by or under the direction of a constable, and for the sample or image so taken to be received in evidence to have the same probative force as the thing would have if proved in the ordinary way.
In making the case, Senator Samuda said the narcotics trade continues to be a driver of violence on the island.
In 2020, the JCF Narcotics Division reports that the guns for drug trade continues to be a major obstacle in the JCF's aims to reduce serious crime, especially murders, as these traffickers often exchange ganja for guns, with Haiti and other countries. Over 185 unmanned points of entry exist, or launch points, as we are all, or should all be aware.
New leader of opposition business in the Senate, Senator Peter Bunting, welcomed the changes to the legislation, but in the same breath said they needed to go further.
The need for this is, self-evident. And I would start by the first question I'd ask the minister, without getting to the amendments to the bill itself. But I hope that the Evidence Act goes beyond, the amendments to the Evidence Act goes beyond just being a companion bill for the Dangerous Drugs Act, but for offenses that are outside the Dangerous Drugs Act, that it still applies in cases, for example, in terms of theft from farmers, theft of livestock or goods.
The debates on the amendments are deferred until the next sitting of the Upper House next year. Melvin Pennant, PBCJ News.